Hello students, welcome back to Accounting 1329, Payroll and Business Tax Accounting. This is Dr. Mercado speaking. I hope all of you are doing great. We are continuing with the content in Chapter 4, which deals with income tax withholding. Now in this specific lecture, we are going to be covering problem 4-6A. Okay, let me jump over to the problem so we can read what it is asking of us. It says, Damerly Company, a Utah employer, wants to give a holiday bonus check of $250 to each employee. So that is wonderful. They want to give a bonus, okay? And they want that check to be specifically $250 for each employee. Since he wants the check amount to be $250, we need to gross up the amount of the bonus. We have to calculate the withholding taxes and the gross amount of the bonus to be made to John Rowland if his cumulative earnings for the year are $46,910. Besides being subject to Social Security taxes and federal income, which is a supplemental rate, a 4.9% Utah income tax must be withheld on supplemental payment. Okay. Now, if we go or we refer to your ebook, there is a section 4-6D, that speaks about the gross up supplemental. Okay, so it basically says that in order to give an employee the intended amount of a supplemental payment, the employer will need to gross up the amount so that after the appropriate payroll taxes are withheld, the net amount left is equal to the original intended amount. And they provide us with the formula that we need to be using. So the formula is, for your grossed up amount, is your intended payment over 1 minus the applicable tax rate. And we have FICA, which is OASDI and HI, a 22% federal income tax rate, and a state tax rate. Okay, so those are the things that we're going to be putting into consideration here. Okay, so let's tackle the first part of the problem, which is we're going to go ahead and we are going to lay out our formula. Okay, so it says that the top component of the formula is your intended payment. Okay, our intended payment for these employees are $250. Okay, $250, and we're going to divide that by 1 minus the applicable tax rate. And the first tax rate we have is, okay, now this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because I see, okay, students have issues with percentages. Okay, so we want to convert those percentages into decimals. Well, how do we do that? Well, the first thing that I'm going to take into consideration is my federal income tax rate. Okay, for your federal income tax rate, it says it's 22%. I'm going to get 22% and I'm going to divide by 100. Okay, that's going to give me 0.22. Okay, so that's my federal. Okay, 0.22. This is a supplemental federal rate. Okay, and then we're also going to subtract our OASDI, because remember we have to also deduct our FICA taxes, which is made up of our OASDI and our HI. Now our OASDI is 6.2%. I'm going to divide by 100. That's going to give me 0.062. Okay, 0.062, and this is my OASDI. Okay, we're also going to subtract our HI, and our HI is 1.45, and we're going to divide by 100. That's going to give me 0.0145. Okay, this is HI, and then last but not least, we're going to deduct our state tax rate, and our state tax rate in this problem is 4.95%. 4.95 divided by 100, that's going to be 0.0495. Okay. And then this is my Utah tax. Okay. So this is my formula. Okay, the amount, my intended payment amount for that bonus is $250. I'm going to get 1 minus 22% supplemental rate, 6.2 OASDI rate, minus 1.45% HI rate, minus 4.95% Utah tax rate. Okay, so we're going to simplify the formula. That's going to be 250. Okay, And we are going to divide by, let's get our calculators out. It'll be 1 minus my 0.22 minus my 0.062 minus my 0.0145 minus my 0.0495. That gives me 0.654. Okay? 0.654. Okay? So that will be 250. And let's see what that gives us. So then that would be 250 divided by 0.654. That would give me $382 with 26 cents. $382.26. So in order for me to give my employees a check for $250, I need to actually, pay out $382.26 to them. That way, after withholdings, they'll be left with $250 free, so they can use as they please. That's the bonus that we want to pay, $250. So we don't want to give them $250 less deductions. We want to make sure that they keep a $250 bonus. So in order for employees to retain $250, we have to pay them out $382.26 so we can cover the different taxes. Okay. Now let's break this out to. It says here, calculate the withholding taxes and the gross amount of the bonus to be made to John Rowland. Okay, so let's break it down. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put the gross bonus amount. And the gross bonus amount that we calculated was $382.26. Okay, we know, and we're just checking our numbers to make sure that we tie back to the 250 mark. I know that I have to pay federal income tax. Okay, and that is the $382.26 times 22%. Okay, and let's see what that gives us. 382.26 times 22%. That gives me 84.097. Now, because that third digit is a 7, I'm going to round up to 84.10. Rounding is critical. Students make a lot of mistakes in rounding. Now, I'm going to put this in parentheses because these are my deductions. I am going to deduct these taxes from my pay. Okay. So that's the federal. Then we have OASDI, tax withheld. And then that's going to be the 382.26 times 6.2%. 382.26 times 6.2%. That gives me 23.70. Okay. Then we have the HI, tax withheld. That's 382.26 times 1.45%. And that's going to give me 382.26 times 1.45%. 554. Okay, 554. Okay. And then we have the Utah income tax withheld. Okay, now for the Utah income tax withheld, we're going to have the 382.26 times the 4.95%. Okay, 382.26 times 4.95%. That gives me $18.92. Okay, so those are all of my taxes. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my 382.26 minus the 84.10 minus the 23.70 minus the 554 minus the 18.92. That gives me my check of $250, which is what we want to pay out to our employees. Okay, so this is kind of like our check figure. We calculate it using the formula. We say, okay, we need to gross up our check to 382.26. That way our employees can take home $250 free. Okay, so in order for them to take 250, we need to check for 382.26, and then these are all of the taxes that are going to be withheld: federal income tax, OASCI, HI, and the state income tax, leaving the employee with the $250 bonus that the company wanted to issue out. Okay, so it's just a matter of applying the formula. Be very careful on your rounding, because that is what usually throws students off, the rounding. So be careful on that. And I want to reiterate the importance of reading the chapter. And if you have questions, also don't hesitate to reach out to me. We do have the CLE lab as well with tutors if you all need extra tutoring on the subject. Whatever works for you, but just don't stay confused. If you are having issues understanding any of the content, feel free to reach out to me. I'm available Monday through Friday to help you out in whatever I can. But I do want to see you try. I do want to see your attempted work, your attempted solution, so I can be able to review what you're doing and provide the necessary guidance. Okay? So that is basically it. I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your week. Please plan accordingly to make sure that you meet your weekly deadlines. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Thank you.